Hi, I'm Andrea, and thank you for joining me for this 30-minute yoga practice. I'm glad to have you with me. Some practices need a chair a little bit more than others. This is one of those where I think it's a pretty good idea to have a chair. We're going to play with balance, and play is the key word, but sometimes it's a little bit more fun to play if you have a support system, like a chair. I'm standing on a yoga mat. If you don't have one, a carpeted area that isn't too slick is going to be fine. A couple of other tricks up my sleeve. Blocks, if you don't have them, maybe sturdy books. And a folded blanket, which could just be the throw blanket from your couch, or even a folded beach towel or big towel. Once you have those, let's get started, as we often do, in our mountain pose, Tadasana. Feet hip distance, probably if you situate the short edge of your mat facing me, that's going to be easiest to see me. I'll move my mat around. You don't have to move yours. I will let you know when we move props. So in our mountain with our feet hip distance, just land. Just stop so that we can start. Little soft bend to your knees. A thought to some beautiful, majestic posture. Think ears over shoulders, over hips, over heels. So you lean your head back, turn your palms out, smile, your heart and collarbones open. Little lift of your low belly, and then our awareness to our breath. See if you can breathe both in and out through your nose. Of course, mostly breathe, so any awareness that you can bring to your breath is benefit. Nose breathing has its own benefits, so just think of moving in that direction. Find an inhale that's full and deep. Maybe pause for a moment at the top when you're full. And then the same with a full, complete exhale, and maybe a little pause there. We'll add some movement now to our breath. Inhale, arms out and up, a V shape overhead, thumbs to the sky. And then exhale, just let your arms release down by your side. Again, inhale, arms out and up, V shape. And then exhale, float them along your sides. See if you can coordinate your breath with the arms reaching out and up, still standing in your beautiful posture. And then exhale and let them float along your side. Adding on, inhale, arms out to the side, thumbs to the sky, a V shape. Exhale, hinge at your hips and take your hands to the base of your thighs. Inhale, get some length through your spine. Exhale, increase the hinge at your hips just a little, and then inhale, arms out to the side, V shape overhead, and stand in your mountain. That's a sun salutation. We'll do it again. Inhale, arms out and up, V shape overhead. Exhale, hinge at your hips, take your hands to your thighs. Inhale, your heart forward. Exhale, a little bit more hinge at the hips, and then inhale, arms out and up, V shape overhead, arms along your side. Now just playing with balance, shift your weight towards your right foot and then over towards your left foot. Just playful, remember, play is key. So more to the right foot, more to the left foot. Can you do that and keep that beautiful posture above it? And then we'll be even more playful with that. Shift onto your right foot and think about lifting your left foot just an inch off your mat. And then do the same over to your left foot, the right foot lifts. Do what you can. Remember that breath is the priority. So you're breathing the whole time. You're just seeing if you can linger a little bit with the foot off the ground. And then the same on the other side. We'll do another round of each side. So onto the right foot. If you're on the other foot, don't worry. Onto the left foot. And then stand in the balance of your mountain. Think of leaning your head back, smiling your collarbones open, and breathing here for a moment. Adding on to our balance, shift to your right foot. Start to now bend your left knee towards your chest and then stand back through our mountain. Stand on your left leg, right knee to your chest. Now we go back and forth that way. Over onto our right foot, left knee lifts a little bit. And then over onto our left foot, right knee lifts a little bit. Go side to side a few more times. Remember that you have your chair nearby if that's helpful. And then stand in your mountain once again. I would recommend that at this point you bring your chair into the mix so that you have the back of your chair available to you just in case. Because now we will we'll actually kind of change it up a little bit and shift onto our right foot. Bring your left knee into your chest and we're going to stay for a moment. Think outer right hip hugging in. Hand can go on the back of your chair and it could stay there the whole time, no problem. Now, right arm out to the side, thumb to the sky. And then just bend your elbow like you're patting yourself on the back, because you're patting yourself on the back. You're doing great. You're balancing. Keep that outer right hip hugging in. Maybe think about the possibility of taking the back of your left hand to the small of your back for a moment, returning it to your chair, reaching your right arm to the sky, and then stand down the middle. You can move to the other side of your chair if it's helpful for your balance. I'm going to kind of just keep myself here so you can see me. Shift onto your left foot, bring your right knee into your chest. And it's not really into your chest, it's just trying to get a little bit higher. Hug the outer left hip in, and then pat yourself on the back with your left hand. So you're going to take thumb to the sky V shape, begin to bend the left elbow, and then maybe with your hand on your chair, I'm just wishing that I had a chair on the other side of me, you could take your right hand, so back of the right hand to the small of your back. I'm a wobbly example up here, last couple moments. And then extend both arms out to the side, maybe use your chair base and stand back into your mountain and pause. Remember, like a little soft bend in your knees, a little groundedness here in our stance. Shift the weight back onto that right foot and start to take your left knee into your chest. Now, just make like a little bit of an L shape with your right arm, and then take your left hand underneath. So you're just making the letter L. That could always be left hand on the base of the chair instead. Hug that outer right hip in. Take a couple breaths here. And then return your left hand to the chair, right arm along your side. Stand into your mountain. These are tricky. I'm wobbling away. The wobble is the win. We have to be willing to wobble. Now standing on your left foot, right knee comes towards your chest. Make great use of your chair. And then from here, left elbow bends like an L shape, and maybe right hand underneath. Now, if you want to use your chair, use your right hand on your chair. Take a couple wobbly moments with me. We're all wobbling together. Keep breathing. And then maybe use the base of your chair, carefully dismount, stand into the majesty of your mountain. I really appreciate 2 feet on the ground after all this, don't you? Now, you might repeat the L shape that we just did. You can always use your chair for these. I'm going to give you one last option as we're here in our little balancing fun. So shift the weight onto your right foot. Bring your left knee towards your chest. Doesn't have to go very high off the ground. It could even just be on your toes at this point if that's helpful. You can keep your hand on the chair the whole time. Now, either your right elbow bends and you bring yourself into an L shape, or you can cross at the elbows and give yourself a hug, or even take your hands together in an eagle shape. This is called eagle arms. Remember that you can use your base of chair, and if you want to experiment with new arm stuff, maybe keep the ball of your left foot on the ground. And then unwind and bring your feet hip distance. Stand in your mountain. I think that base of toes example is a really good one for me. I'm really having the wobbles. Now, stand on your left leg. Bring your right knee towards your chest. You can bend the right elbow and do our L shape. You can keep the base of your toes on the ground and experiment with the elbows crossing. Maybe give yourself a hug or bring yourself into full eagle. We want to hug the outer left hip in and then just play and breathe. 2 moments here. Just trying to find some balance of fun and seriousness and balance on our left foot. And then unwind, use the base of your chair, stand into your mountain and pause. We'll use the chair for the next one too. So, back of the chair, I want to make sure you can see me. Back of the chair, I think, is going to be your best bet. Stand on your right leg and extend your left leg back behind you. Now, what I don't want is anything super low, so we're not going to let our head get lower than our hips, but we're really kind of nowhere near that. So this is our foundation. We'll do it without adding arms. So just standing here on one leg, and you could play with your hands off your chair and on the base of your chair. And then place your left foot down, stand on your left leg, extend your right leg off the ground and back behind you. Low belly is lifting, we're standing tall as if standing in our mountain, even though we're on one leg with a leg extended behind us. And you can just be playful with your hands on the back of your chair. Feet hip distance, stand firmly into your mountain. And now we will add on playfully with arm positions that are familiar from the last thing that we did. So bring your hands to the base of your chair. Stand on your right leg, extend that left leg back behind you. And then give yourself a pat on the back with your right hand. So thumb to the sky, bend at the elbow, pat yourself on the back. That's plenty. If you want, you can take your left hand behind your back and put the back of your hand on the small of your back. That's pretty tricky for me. I think I'm going to keep my hand on the chair. And then really carefully, release those arms and bring your feet hip distance apart. Stand on your left leg now. Hands on the base of the chair just to get situated. Right leg extends back behind you. Lift in the low belly. Stand tall. And then just playfully, left arm out to the side, thumb to the sky. Pat yourself on the back, right? Plenty here. If you want to, really carefully, left hand, back of the hand on the small of the back. Couple moments. And then return your hand to the chair. Release the top arm. Stand in your mountain. Really great. Stand on your right leg, hands on the base of our chair or the back of our chair. Left leg extends back behind, L shape with your right elbow. And then that's plenty. Or add the left arm and see if you can keep lifting in the low belly, hugging the outer right hip in. Place your hands on the back of your chair. Stand into your mountain. You're doing great. This is a lot of balance. Hands on the back of your chair. Stand onto your left leg. Extend now the right leg back behind you. L shape with your left arm. This is plenty right here. Possible right arm added. Keep breathing. You'll notice that you need to gaze at one point. If you keep looking all over the place, you're going to go all over the place. And then hands on the base of your chair, stand into your mountain. Add a little extra bend in your knees so it just feels like a soft landing. Last one of these. Stand on your right leg, hands to the back of your chair. Extend your left leg back behind you. You can make the L shape again with your right arm, and then the left arm will do whatever it needs to. It can stay on the chair. If you would like, you can also cross at the elbows and bring your fingers to the sky. If you need to take the ball of the back foot behind you, like we did on the ground with the other variation of this that we did, you can. And then pause for a moment. So any sort of arm positioning and maybe base of toes behind you. And then carefully unwind. I would say use the back of your chair to dismount your feet, hip distance for our mountain. Last one. Stand on your left leg, hands on the back of your chair to get situated. Right leg extends back behind you. If you need to tap down at any point in time, do it. I did too. And then either the L shape with your left arm and then the right arm underneath, or you can take the right elbow on top and either give yourself a hug here or take the full eagle arms. Remember that it's totally great to have that base of back toes down to help you out. Low belly lifting, outer left hip hugging in, unwind, use the back of your chair, stand into your mountain. Really great. Now we're going to move our chair, or I'm going to move mine. And you may want to move yours too, because I think for this next part, some of you may use the base of your chair. The other props are the tall blocks. So you may want to take your tall blocks and put them on either side of your mat. So not right where you're going to stand, but right on the very edges of your mat. They may come in handy there. Base of chair is great too. You're just going to have to navigate where that wants to be so your hands can be on your chair, and then stand in your mountain, feet hip distance apart. Inhale, arms out to the side, thumbs to the sky, a V shape. Exhale, hinge at your hips and take your hands to the tops of your thighs. Inhale your heart forward. Place your hands either on the base of your chair or on your tall blocks. Step your left foot back, and we're in a lunge, which is sort of like the grounded version of what we did together moments ago, standing with our hands on the back of our chair. Now keep your hands on the base of your chair or on your blocks for a moment and feel your right hip back and your left hip forward. Firm through your belly, thumbs to the sky, V shape overhead. We come upright for a moment. Try to keep the right knee bent. You can always bend the left knee a little bit too, and if you prefer your hands on your chair or on your blocks the whole time, you can do that as well. Hands return to your blocks or to the base of your chair. Step your left foot hip distance, hands to your thighs. Inhale, exhale, hinge a little bit more at your hips, and then inhale, rise, thumbs to the sky, V shape, standing back into our mountain. Second side, inhale, arms out to the side, V shape overhead. Exhale, hinge at your hips and take your hands to your thighs. Inhale your heart forward, hands to the base of your chair or hands onto your tall blocks. Step your right foot back, and here we are in a lunge. We want to organize left hip back and right hip forward. Low belly is lifting. You can keep your hands here the whole time. Stand a lot into your left heel. With your low belly lifting, whether your hands stay on the chair or blocks or thumbs to the sky, V shape overhead. Keep the deep bend in your left knee. You can always bend the right knee a little bit too if it's tight back there. For me too. Hands to your blocks or to the base of your chair. Make sure that your belly is lifted. Right foot hip distance from left foot. Hands to thighs. Inhale, get long. Exhale, hinge a little bit more in your hips, and then rise and reach, V shape overhead. Arms along your side, palms turn out. Adding on. Inhale, arms out to the side, a V shape. Exhale, hinge to your hips, hands on your thighs. Inhale, get a little bit longer. Take your hands to the base of your chair or to your blocks. And we're just going to do this a little more quickly. Step your left foot back and float all the way up if you're coming upright. So there's a little balance. Like I almost lost mine. Right hip back and left hip forward. Return your hands to your blocks or base of chair. Left foot hip distance from right. Inhale, heart reaches. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, stand, arms out to the side, V shape overhead, and then find your mountain. Great. Inhale, arms out and up, V shape. Exhale, hinge at your hips, hands to your thighs. Inhale your heart forward. Take your hands to the base of your chair or to your block. Step now your right foot back and see if you can come up, thumbs to the sky, V shape overhead. Hands return to your blocks or base of chair. Right foot hip distance from left, hands to thighs. Inhale, heart extends. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, arms out to the side, V shape overhead. Stand in your mountain. One more add-on. Inhale, arms out and up, a V shape. Exhale, hinge at your hips and take your hands to your thighs. Inhale your heart forward, base of chair or blocks. Step your left foot back. Come slowly upright, thumbs to the sky, and you can always keep your hands on the blocks or the base of chair. Just make sure that we're not getting heads lower than hips. Now, one more added fun balance challenge. Start to straighten both legs while we're here. It's almost like being on a tightrope, isn't it? And then very slowly start to bend your front knee again. Hands to blocks or base of chair. Left foot hip distance from right, hands to thighs. Inhale, heart extends. Exhale, a little bit more hinge at the hips. Inhale, rise and reach, thumbs to the sky, a V shape, and then stand into your mountain. Last side, inhale, arms out and up, V shape. Exhale, hinge at your hips, hands to your thighs. Inhale, a little bit more length to your spine. Exhale, a little bit more hinge at the hips, hands to your base or to your blocks. Step right foot back, come upright slowly, thumbs to the sky. Remember, you're welcome to keep your hands on the base of your chair, on your blocks. This is our little tightrope walk. Start to straighten your front leg slowly. Left hip back, right hip forward is an important thing for balance here. Rebend that knee, hands to your blocks or your base of chair, and then left foot next to right hip distance, hands to thighs. Inhale, get long through your spine. Little bit different exit. So take your hands back to the base of your chair or to your blocks, and then step left foot back and lower your back knee, which is where you might benefit from your padding. So you may want to get your blanket or your towel and put that underneath your knee. Another trade secret is to keep the back toes curled under. So I think for a lot of us, that's going to feel much better. Now, you can use the base of your chair. You might end up needing to pull your chair towards you a little bit for this. Begin to carefully straighten your front leg and curl those right toes back towards you. Now, we're not lowering or collapsing. We're standing tall. And now right hip back and left hip forward becomes quite important. A moment ago, we added the tightrope walk. In a way, we're now adding a twist to our tightrope walk. Come upright, thumbs to the sky, V shape overhead. This is where it gets pretty interesting. Ready? Turn to your right. Turn to your right and see if you can find some balance. This is where you can certainly use your chair. Keep breathing, just do your best. 3 moments here. It's not easy. And then carefully unwind and take your hands to either the blocks or the base of your chair. And our exit here is different in that you're going to bring your right knee next to your left knee and step the left foot forward. So it's different than how we got into it. Get situated first. Move your chair as it's helpful. Get your padding underneath that right knee if it's helpful. And then start to straighten your left leg and curl your toes back towards you. Low belly is lifting. Outer hips are hugging in like we found when we were standing at the beginning of this. And then come upright, right? I think probably thumbs to the sky, V shape is almost enough. And then just start to turn to your left as you breathe. I bet right toes curled under is helpful. I'm wobbling away again here. Maybe you're joining me in that wobble. 2 moments. Unwind. Bring your hands to your blocks or to the base of your chair. Rebend your front knee. And then carefully come to your knees. Move things out of the way that are not serving you. I'm going to move my chair also so that I know that you can see me. Bring your folded blanket into the mix. I like to have a pretty seriously folded blanket. And then cross-legged seat, right shin in front of left shin. Find your mountain here seated. Shoulders cascading down your back, so lots and lots of balance. Really advanced balance actually today. Appreciate feeling rooted and grounded in a whole new way. Thumbs to the sky, a V shape. Turn to your right. Moments ago we did this when we were in a little bit more of a precarious situation, and then come to center and now turn to your left, just slowly, just appreciating a little bit more roots into the ground. Even that's a balancing act. Is finding times to be playful and wobbly, and then times to really ground ourselves. Come down the middle, recross, and allow your left shin to be in front of your right shin. Here are your options. You can stay here in a seated meditation the whole time, and we'll start here together. Or you might decide to come into our Shavasana final meditation lying down. I'll leave the choice to you. Let's start first here, seated in our meditation together. You can close your eyes or just take a soft gaze towards the ground. Think of standing in your mountain, ears over shoulders, over hips. And then just a few more moments here. And my friends who want to lie down in Shavasana, final meditation, uncross your legs carefully, lie down on your back, give yourself all that you need to be comfortable, and you'll finish your practice lying in Shavasana, or you can stay here in our seated meditation as I am. A few moments of silence here. My friends who are lying down in the Shavasana final meditation, maybe you give yourself a stretch in opposite directions. Carefully gather your knees into your chest. Roll to either side. Bring yourself up to join those of us in our seated meditation. And we'll seal our practice together here, palms up or down, in a comfortable seat, appreciating all the different ways in which our yoga practice helps us find some balance between working hard and relaxing a lot, and even balance on one leg sometimes, right? wear this balance and yoga out into the world. I'm Andrea. Thank you so much for practicing with me, and I look forward to us doing it again soon.